Well, how you doing? Today I'm going to make a workbench for my workshop, but for now I've been using this. It's basically a bit of OSB on two sawhorses, but because it's on sawhorses I can't move it around and it's a bit awkward and it takes a lot of room. So what the plan is to make a workbench that fits between this gap from that wall to this cabinet. So that will be 1 meter 60 or 1600 mils. I'd like it right about waist height, which will be 860 millimeters, and also it'll have casters so I can move it around the workshop, make it easier for myself. So the casters are here, and when I come to cutting the legs I have to account for the height of those casters. So I'm going to set that on top just to get my height. If I measure that, it'll be 105 millimeters. So the legs are going to be, once I take that measurement off, 750. I've made a mistake there. 755 millimeters. So what shall I do first? I think first I'll cut the 160s or 1 meter 60s. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 of those will be the full length of it. So I'll get them cut now. Right, before I cut the length of these longer pieces at 160, I'm going to just square the ends up because I've cut them before and I don't know what they're like at the minute, so I'll square them all up. There's one. Four. Right, let me just check. 1600 mils. Where to put my pen? One meter 60. Okay. In fact, I'll use this one to mark the next ones. This is my cut end. Just flush this far end up, make sure they're all as close as possible. Just a wee nick. We'll use this one as template every time. Right, now that I have these longer lengths all cut, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have to now cut the pieces for the shorter length here. But rather than doing a lot of mathematics, I'm just going to take one of my short lengths that I have. There. Put that against those two together as if they were in the righter places. Measure 108. While hooked on. There. Take it out to 108. Oh look. It's already there. There. Now when I cut that, between this and those two, it'll be 108. So I will cut 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Right, so this is me cutting a short one, and once I cut this one, I'll just use it as a template for these other 4. move it up to the line, and there we are. Flush the ends up, make a mark, and cut all of these. Right, there's them. I can probably start screwing all those together and setting them to the side ready for making one of the legs. Now that I have them two long sides cut, two short sides cut, I'll just attach them together. I'm going to use just 200mm screws. Right. I'm not going to worry too much about pull that square because I can rack it later on. So. Same again over here. Right, I'll just do the same on the other side off camera and get them all assembled. Right, there's the top part and the bottom part put together, all straight and whatnot. Now I have to cut the height of the legs, and before we decided that we're going to be 755mm. That'll be from the very top to the very bottom where the caster's attached. So we'll get them measured and cut. 755. Mark right there. Right, there's those legs all cut. There'll be a wee bit more to that later, but I need to set that up first. Right, now that those legs are cut, these are going to be ones that are going to be notched. So what I'm going to do is take this side, offer it up there, flush it to the surface of this, take my mark pen, mark there, just be careful. And the thickness. And then I'm going to remove this so it'll actually be hugging up like this. Okay. Now that I've got those marks made, I think I'll clear it up by, and then we'll put a square on here, mark across, there's a mark up there, square across. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circular saw and cut, and then just knock it out with a hammer and chisel. Do that on top and the bottom, all four of them, and start to attach them. Right, now that I have that marked up, and I've got the blade adjusted to the depth of this line, I'll start zipping at these, being very careful on the first cut, so I'm on the line. Right, now that first cut is done, I can just zip away without that much accuracy, still being careful. Now that's cut. Just grab a hammer and the chisel. Maybe left that one a bit thick, I'll go through that one again. Right. Just like that. And run. You could have went a wee bit deeper there, but I'll lead it out with the chisel. Okay. Right. So how these nuts out, both for top and bottom. There's a slight difference at the bottom. I'll show you later. But I've got one sitting down ready to screw. Right. Just want to come around here. So I'm going to put a screw there and a screw there because later on I'm going to add a bolt just for extra strength. So I'll put this in now. There's a slight difference because this material is a wee bit shallower than this, so I've notched out to go on top of this. Same on the other side. Right, there's that side. Flip it over and do the same at the top. Right, there's the most of it put together. So, right. Right, next thing is going to be is I'm going to measure between here and here and cut one of those wee studs to fit in there to make a full leg. Between this and that to be a full leg. Okay, now that that's all done, here's the pieces I'm going to cut to fill this leg in here. So looking at that, I would say it's 562 mil. So I'll cut that now. And measure out 562. Put the tooth on the mark here. Alright. A little bit tight. I'll just press it on the side of the blade. Move it a wee bit. Maybe a wee bit more, not too much. Right, third time's the charm, is it? Perfect. So, I have to just cut another 3 of those for all the other legs. But, another thing, there's slight, because this material is different from this material, it's a bit deeper. So I might actually run that through the table saw and leave it flush. So if I ever wanted to put doors on, it would all be just a bit nicer. Right, there's those 4 pieces cut. Same as before, use the first one as a template so that they'll fit in here. Now I'm just going to run them through the table saw with 2 passes to bring them flush to these 2 pieces here. So, right. Right, there, this should now be flush here and flush down here. Now I just cut these 3 more off camera and start putting them together. Right, that's them cut to length, cut to thickness, so we'll just put them all in now and screw them tight. Just flush everything up. This one was a wee bit tight. Alright, now I just carry on and do the other 2 sides, or the other 2 legs. Just screwed on. I was thinking about, I'm going to put maybe just 2 braces, one there, one there. I'm going to use out here as my measurement, just in case the insides are bowed out or bowed in, something like that. So we'll go from there to there, and I have it at 993 millimeters. So I'll cut 4 of those, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. Right, there's them 2 braces cut for here. In order to get a nice even spacing here, I'm going to put these on the edge there. Whoop, stay. And measure out from there to this leg here. I had that at 1318 mil. Then I'm going to divide that by 3 spacings, because it will be like this: 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, which gives me a space of 439 mil. I'm just going to round up 44 centimeters. So I'll measure 44 centimeters from here, 44 centimeters from here. Same at the other side. Screw them off, and that'll be that. Right. So I've marked from here to here at 45 centimeters, and I've down a square, so I know exactly what I'm at on all sides, top and bottom. So next thing is, it is bowed, nice and tight here, but over here is quite gappy, and I've used a clamp and a piece of wood just to help me, if your wife isn't available, the whole thing's for you, and I can just screw this in. I actually should have started these beforehand. Okay. Set that on my wheel edge. Hold this just in my hand to the line, keeping it flush to the top, and drive these. Now over to the supported side with the timber. Get them started. And now the line here. I can just fold this up. Easier said than done. No, battery's dead. Right, battery died, so I had to try a different drill, but it was ruining the heads of the screws. And this is a bit bowed, so it's been a wee bit awkward. So I'm going to do this. Screw a block to the side. Okay. Put a clamp on it. And pull this bowed board back in. Okay. Right, that should be easier to screw in now. It fell down. I can take this off. Take this one off. Keep that handy in case I need it again. Right, here's the next one. Same again. Fumble in. Right. Lay that down on the far side. Just tighten out. There we are. Again, made the same mistake that was starting to screw. Far side again. Knock that over to the line. Flush the top. I'll just do the same to the bottom. Right, so I've got these cross braces in. Now I've got the tables flipped upside down, and I'm going to just drill holes for the bolts that are going to hold the feet down, or the wheels on. Screw. Right. Okay, now that I've got those pre-drills and everything, I'm going to just put these bolts in. However, because these are slightly deeper than these, I'm going to use a few washers just as a spacer for this back corner. Work. Right, now I'll just do the same for the rest of the 4 legs. Or 3. Right, now that I've got these wheels on, I'm going to run a bolt through this leg, clamping these two pieces together, and just make it a bit stronger. So, time to go. Let's see if I'm poking through the other side. Just a wee bit too short of a drill bit. Perfect. Now, just knock this bolt through. Hammer. Give myself a washer and a nut. So we'll just tighten that down. We'll do it to this leg, down here, up here, all the way around. So see you in a minute. Right, that's the wheels on, bolts on, the frame is finished, but I've run under the day, so I'm gonna do the top another day. So we'll just tip it up here. There we are. Move around the workshop as I want. Maybe in the future make another one that I could put into it and have one big central island. Park this one over there, park maybe another one over there, and I'll just show you what the end result is of my plan anyway. Tucked away tidy. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it and maybe it'll be useful to you. And don't forget your PPE. Protect your eyes and your ears. Right, I got too excited and I just wanted the top on it, so I'm going to just cut this excess off. There we are. Done.
Wow, you did a lot.